Welcome back, everyone. So, guys, tonight I want to talk about something uncomfortable, something emotional, and something we often avoid asking after tragedies like the Bondi terror attack. So, guys, not what happened, but what actually changes after we pass the new laws. Because the parents of 10-year-old Matilda, the youngest victim of that attack, are asking a question most governments don't like to hear. Will the heat laws really stop the next act of violence, or will they just make us feel like we have done something? So, guys, when you lose a child, you don't speak in slogans, you don't speak in press releases, you speak in truths that are raw and inconvenient. And Matilda's parents are saying very clearly that they don't feel safer, they don't feel protected, and most importantly, they don't feel confident that rushed hate speech laws will prevent another extremist from picking up a weapon. And that alone should stop us from clapping automatically every time a government says new legislation. So, guys, here is the hard truth: laws are reactive, violence is proactive. Hate doesn't wait for the parliament, and extremists don't read the amendments. Criminals don't pause because a bill was passed a Tuesday afternoon. And this isn't psychonism, it's history. From London to Paris to Mumbai, from Christchurch to Jerusalem, every major act of mass violence happened in a country that was already had laws, and that strong ones. Yet the attacks still happen. In India, also, we have seen this pattern too. After every major tragedy, whether it was 26/11, Pulwama, or communal riots, new laws, new powers, new promises. Some helped, many didn't. Because the violence doesn't grow in legal loopholes alone, guys. It grows in blind spots, it grows in ignored warnings, and it grows when intelligence fails, when online radicalization goes unchecked, when institutions protect themselves instead of asking what they missed. Matilda's parents say something deeply revealing. Laws are rarely for protection, guys. They are usually for control. That statement should make all of us pause. Because hate speech laws often end up policing language more than preventing the violence. They are easier to enforce on ordinary people than on the organized extremists who operate in the shadows, encrypted platforms, and closed networks. They are hard to get on. There is also another danger we don't talk about enough. When laws are rushed after any tragedy, they often become symbolic shields. They allow leaders to say we acted without answering harder questions. So, why was the threat not detected? Why were warning signs missed? And why do communities feel unsafe long before the violence erupts? Yet nothing changes until the blood is spilled. And now Matilda's parents spoke about anti Semitism becoming so normalized that they feel compelled to hide their identity. That's not a legal failure alone, that's a social failure, a cultural failure, and a media failure. Laws cannot fix a climate where hate is normalized, sensationalized, or selectively ignored depending on who the target is. And here is where the conversation becomes uncomfortable for everyone, left, right, and center. Hate laws can punish speech after it happens, but they don't dismantle the ecosystem that produce violent extremism. They don't reform the policing females failure, and they don't fix the intelligence silos. They don't even address online radicalization pipelines. They don't rebuild the trust between communities and the state. And even a royal commission, which the parents cautiously support, isn't a magic solution. Commissions investigate the systems, but governments investigate themselves. And when accountability threatens institutions, history tells us that answers becomes vague, responsibility becomes shared, and consequences become rare. The parents said something profoundly wise. They don't want their daughter's death turned into a political symbol. And so, guys, when tragedy becomes a headline, a hashtag, a justification, when grief is weaponized, not healed, and when victims are remembered, not only when useful. So so can hate laws prevent the future violence? So, guys, the honest answer from my side is not on their own, not without the deep intelligence reform, and not without early intervention, not without consistent enforcement, and not without confronting extremism equally, regardless of ideology, and not without rebuilding a culture where warning signs are acted upon before lives are lost. Laws can be the tools, but they are not the shields. They can punish, but they can rarely prevent. Prevention lives upstream in intelligence, education, community trust, mental health systems, and the courage to confront uncomfortable realities before they explode. Matilda's parents aren't rejecting safety, they are rejecting illusion. And maybe the most respectful thing we can do in her memory is stop pretending that passing a law is same as protecting a life, because safety is not declared, it is built slowly, honestly, and without symbolism pretending to be solution. So, guys, thank you so much for joining in and being with me till the end. This was the major update from today's story. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel for such amazing breakdowns. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Also, not forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear and respond back. Thank you.